What's going on, guys? It's Jimmy here with your $1,400 third stimulus check update and third stimulus package update. As today could be a very big day, very big news coming today that I'm going to give you the details on. We're also going to hear an update from President Joe Biden as well as directly from the Senate on the $1,400 stimulus checks. Remember, in this third stimulus check package that has already been passed by the U.S. House of Representatives, there's $1,400 stimulus checks, $1,400 stimulus checks for children, and $1,400 stimulus checks for adult dependents and college student dependents this time around also, although that will go to the person who claims them as a dependent, as well as an increase of the unemployment to $400 per week. Although Democratic Senator Joe Manchin is trying to fight that literally on his own, the only person from the Democrat team trying to reduce that down to $300 per week. And he is going to be a tricky one over the course of the next few hours on getting his vote on this third stimulus check package. Remember, they need every single Democrat in the Senate to vote yes on this bill. 50 Democrats, 50 Republicans. What will probably happen when all the dust settles is we will see 50 Democrats vote yes, 50 Republicans vote no. That's right. We probably will not see a single Republican vote yes on this third stimulus check package. That's exactly what happened in the U.S. House of Representatives on Saturday morning at 2 a.m. in the morning when the Democrats passed the third stimulus check package in the House. It now goes to the Senate where it is right now. Remember, it has to pass the House and the Senate. It has to be the same bill. We'll get to that here in a second. Then it goes to the president's desk the very same day or very next day to sign it and send it into law. However, not a single Republican in the U.S. House of Representatives voted yes on this package. The Democrats passed it with a vote of 219 yes from all the Democrats. 2 Democrats voted no, and 212 total no votes, all of which were Republicans and 2 Democrats. Not a single Republican, 210 of them, voted yes on the third stimulus check package, just to show you how divided Congress is, at least at the moment. We're not expecting a single Republican from the Senate either to vote on this, so luckily they can pass this bill with the reconciliation process, which basically means you only need 51 votes in the Senate to pass the bill, the third stimulus check bill in this case, where normally you would need 60 votes, called the filibuster rule, which normally means 60 votes. Democrats are also considering more and more as the days go by, getting rid of the filibuster in the future, which would make every single bill, stimulus bills and non-stimulus bills, only require 51 votes to pass in the Senate, which would mean that the Democrats could pass everything in the House and the Senate completely on their own. They wouldn't have all these extra processes. They wouldn't have the budget reconciliation, extra processes to go through, and they could literally do this and just pass bill after bill after bill. However, in less than 2 years comes up the new vote in the House and the Senate. And while Republican minority leader in the House, the leader of the Republicans in the U.S. House of Representatives, Kevin McCarthy, says that he will bet his own house, his own home, that Republicans will take back the U.S. House of Representatives in 2022. And McCarthy gives Trump credit for the Republican House gains in 2020, as reports say that former President Donald Trump is unhappy with Kevin McCarthy. Of course, it's pretty safe to say that former President Donald Trump is more unhappy with Senate Majority Leader, or Senate Minority Leader now, I should say, Mitch McConnell, as those two have been not getting along at all. But I wonder if he will actually hold up to this bet if they don't take the House back, if he will bet his own personal home. Yeah, that's a pretty big bet. So needless to say, the Democrats are under a very tight constraint here to get the work done. Senator Bernie Sanders says that history proves that if the leading party, in this case the Democrats, do not put up or shut up and give enough help and support to the American people and basically what the people need, what the people want, then they will lose one or both the House and the Senate. He says history proves that. So we will see. Make sure to subscribe down below if you haven't yet. This way you won't miss out on new updates on the third stimulus check package and the next stimulus package coming after this called the Build Back Better package, which I will have some interesting news for you in the next video at 3 p.m. First, let's hear from President Joe Biden with an update.
Good afternoon, folks. The Vice President and I have some good news to report. And I'd like to make two key announcements today related to our COVID-19 vaccination effort. As you know, a few days ago, after a rigorous open and objective scientific review process, the Food and Drug Administration issued an emergency use authorization for the Johnson & Johnson COVID-19 vaccine. We should all be encouraged by this news of a third safe and highly effective COVID-19 vaccine. The more people who get vaccinated, the faster we're going to overcome this virus and get back to our loved ones, get our economy back on track, and start to move back to normal. But that's one of my first goals in office when I got in office, was to say that there will be 100 million vaccination shots administered in my first 100 days in office. We've got halfway to that goal in 37 days, and I feel confident we'll make it all the way. As I've said, we have a long way to go, but as I said from the outset, we're going to use every resource of the federal government to make it happen. Among the things I learned when I came in office was that Johnson & Johnson was behind in manufacturing and production. While we had the potential of another highly effective vaccine to accompany the two existing vaccines, it simply wasn't coming fast enough. So my team has been hard at work to accelerate that effort. As I've always said, this is a wartime effort, and every action has been on the table, including putting together breakthrough approaches. And today, we're announcing a major step forward. Two of the largest healthcare and pharmaceutical companies in the world that are usually competitors are working together on the vaccine. Johnson & Johnson and Merck will work together to expand the production of Johnson & Johnson's vaccine. This is the type of collaboration between companies we saw in World War II. We also invoked the Defense Production Act to equip two Merck facilities to the standards necessary to safely manufacture the J&J vaccine. And with the urging and assistance of my administration, Johnson & Johnson is also taking additional new actions to safely accelerate vaccine production.
The White House thinks that there will be enough vaccines for every person in the United States, even though about 40% of Americans do not want, or at least at this point, do not want to take the vaccine. The White House thinks we will have enough vaccinations for every single American by the end of May, which is good news if you want to take it, because it's pretty hard around here to get a shot. My mom has been having, and my dad have been having a really hard time waiting weeks to get on lists that my mom finally got her first shot. So yeah, even people that are in the age group are having trouble getting it. So you can let me know how your experience has been in the comments. The Senate is set to take up the bill and possibly vote on it as early as today. This is going to go through a little bit of a process, as there will be a call for amendments, which will likely be just ignored by the Democrats. We'll likely see what we've seen earlier when we went through the reconciliation process, and also in the House, where they will have some time to debate on the floor, which likely will be happening today. And then amendments can be made, which Republicans will likely have a whole slew of amendments on which most likely the Democrats will just completely vote it down. Mostly because the Democrats are in control right now, and, well, they don't really have to do anything that the other side doesn't want to do, and vice versa. We've seen this in the past when Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell was leader of the Republicans. They would simply just table the bills and not even vote on them. So the bill could be voted on as early as today. They're going through the amendment process, and also, which will largely be ignored, as well as the minimum wage provision. Now, the minimum wage provision may or may not make it in here. I'll give you the latest details on that here in a second. But first, Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell from the Republicans says that he is going to fight this stimulus bill in every way possible, as President Joe Biden is urging the Senate to pass it as soon as possible and get it done Mitch McConnell says he's going to be as large of a roadblock to the American people and the economy as possible. As you can see here, Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell has vowed that Republicans will fight the $1.9 trillion stimulus bill in every way we can, as President Joe Biden has urged them to pass the bill quickly. McConnell called the sprawling package, quote, wildly expensive, and warned that Republicans will oppose the bill in every way that they can in a Tuesday press briefing.
This is not a year ago. We're making extraordinary progress with the rollout of the vaccines. The economy is struggling to get back on its feet and did not ever become as bad as the doomsday projections at various points a year ago. So we think this package should have been negotiated on a bipartisan basis, like the last 5 bills were done. Instead, the new administration made a conscious decision to jam us, to do it one party only, to take advantage of the reconciliation process to try to achieve a whole lot of other items completely unrelated to COVID-19. So we'll be fighting this in every way that we can. It is my hope that at the end, Senate Republicans will unanimously oppose it, just like House Republicans did. And I think it's noteworthy that over in the House, the only thing bipartisan about the proposal was the opposition to it.
Now, in all fairness, the Republicans have used the reconciliation process multiple times of their own, most notably for the 2017 Trump tax cuts that the Democrats would say sent billions of dollars to large corporations for tax cuts, but it did also have tax cuts for the average everyday American. And the Republicans tried to use the reconciliation process also in 2017 to repeal parts of the Affordable Care Act, health care, which millions of Americans are on. They tried to reduce that and remove that through the reconciliation process. Well, they were not successful with that one, but they were with the Trump tax cuts, is basically what they're called. So my father would say, what is good for the goose is good for the gander. And honestly, don't really look at this as a Republican-Democrat thing, because whoever seems to be enabled to use the reconciliation process, they will use it, whether it's Republicans or Democrats, if they're able to use it and pass bills with that. Now, if the Democrats get rid of the reconciliation process in the future, any side, the Republicans or the Democrats, which right now would be controlled by just one vote, when the Senate comes back up for a vote in 2 years, less than 2 years, 2022, if the Republicans win one vote, they will be in control of the Senate, which then they could use reconciliation process. And also, if the filibuster's gone, they could use that. So remember, Kevin McCarthy's betting his house that the Republicans will win back the House. And they only need one vote to win the Senate. So honestly, in 2 years, we could have a very different House and Senate than we have now. So we will see what happens. But regardless, the Senate is starting on the voting process today with the amendment process and hearing each side a little bit and things like that. And we could have a vote today, a final vote, based on what Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer has said. So I will keep you updated as we're heading into very big days right now with a lot of news, and checks will be soon on the way. So make sure to subscribe down below. It's completely free. Click the bell icon after subscribing to all notifications. Share this video with your family and friends so that they know about this stimulus package, these stimulus checks, and the next stimulus checks coming likely in the next Build Back Better package, the Force package. I got really big news for you guys in the next video on that one. That'll be at 3 p.m. Eastern time tonight or today. Remember, new videos come out every day at 10 a.m., 3 p.m., 8 p.m. and 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, so I will keep you updated. You can click this top video here to watch my newest stimulus check video next. And this video teaches you how to start your own business selling products on Amazon FBA. I have dozens of students that have replaced their 9-to-5 income selling products on Amazon, and I teach them how to do that. Click on one of those videos to watch them next. Thanks, guys, and I will see you in the next video.